Hello, and thank you for joining us for another one of Sporty's Flight Simulator how-to videos. Today we're going to cover how to configure the CH Pro Throttle with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We'll begin by heading on over to the controls page, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in the CH Pro Throttle right now. And you'll see the tab populate over on the right. As I click on the tab, you'll notice that this device is not recognized by the system, so we'll manually input it. First thing I usually do is run a sensitivity test, but there's nothing there either. Now I've gone ahead and mapped out all the buttons, and you are able to find a printout of said button mapping on the Sporty's product page for the Pro Throttle. Save some time. I'm going to go ahead and just start plugging said buttons in to what I'd like them to do in the system. So the first thing we're going to start with is configuring the throttle. And so as we go down to the throttle command, we want the throttle 1 axes. We're going to apply this to joystick left axis Z. Alright, so as I push forward and pull aft on the throttle, it applies as I'd like it to. Now, quick trick, if you want to fly a multi-engine or a 4-engine airplane, you only have one hardware piece, you can go ahead and apply left axis Z to throttle 2 axes, throttle 3, throttle 4 axes, and whatever you move this throttle component, all 4 engines, 2 engines, they'll work in sync. So a quick workaround if you want to fly some bigger birds. Next, we're going to go ahead and apply the propeller setting. Now, I like to use the needle hat where the left thumb naturally rests. I like to use the push up for decreasing of the propeller pitch in a small configuration. So that is going to be left axis Y plus. So every time I push up, it makes small changes in the propeller pitch as a decrease. And then the increasing of propeller pitch, I'm going to make left axis Y minus, and we're going to use that small input again. And what I'm setting this to do is every time I push up on this needle hat, as I call it, or push down, think of it moving the propeller pitch in the airplane either up or simultaneously down. And I like using this needle hat because you can do small amounts or you can hold it and do large. So we've got both propeller settings configured as I would like. I'm going to take the next step and apply mixture setting to the same hat switch, but now going right or left, which is left axis X. We're going to decrease the mixture slowly with left axis minus. So when I move this hat switch to the left, or think of the 9 o'clock on a clock. Okay, move to the left, check, and we're going to increase mixture slowly to the right, the 3 o'clock on a clock, and that will be left axis plus. Left, right, check. So we've got mixture now configured. Next, I'm going to go ahead and configure a setting that I think is underutilized, and that's toggling of the parking brake. I've jumped into many planes and I can't find out where the parking brake is. To have a command that works on all of them, very helpful. The toggling of the parking brake, I'm going to set to number 16, which is the lefternmost pointer button when your hand is resting on the throttle. 16, check. Alright, so our parking brake's set. And lastly, I'm going to do some camera settings. And for this, I'm going to use the top hat switch, and again, I know this is confusing, but on the mapping this will make sense on our product page. The top hat switch I'm going to apply to our external quick views. This is the preference I have for when it comes to views. You can see there are many options. This is the one that works best for me. Top is going to be, left is going to be button number 3. Okay. External quick view right is going to be button number 1. External quick view rear is going to be button number 2. And then external quick view top will be button number 4. Alright, so 3 o'clock position, 6 o'clock position, 9 o'clock position, and 12 o'clock position. Perfect. And this is for the top hat on the throttle. All right, so I've brought us into the airplane. We are at Key West Airport in a Beechcraft Bonanza. I'm going to go ahead and pan down so we can see our controls. Moving the throttle ever so slightly, you can see the change in the lever. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight our propeller control and slowly make those movements on that needle switch. Okay, full back and pushing full forward. Perfect. Now another thing I like is you can do clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks. And make those very small percentage changes and increasing now the same way, which is needed when making precise control changes. Let's go and do the same for the mixture. That needle hat to the left, mixture is coming back, and full right. Okay, and then also the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. And you make these small 1% changes, which, as you know, when leaning an engine, those are helpful. I'm going to go ahead and remove the yoke visibility, and let's go ahead and test our parking brake. And that was clicking of the button. I'll move away from it to show I'm not using the mouse, and that works as I would like. And then let's go ahead and head outside the airplane to work on those external quick views. First, I'm going to do left. Okay, check. Let's go ahead and do a quick view right. Okay, there we go. Let's do a quick view above. All right, and then lastly, quick view rear or aft. Okay, we can see what we're flying by. So as you can see, there are many camera views you're able to configure. I like the quick view exterior options. You're able to configure these to your desire. We thank you for your time to watch our video on how to configure the CH Pro Throttle with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're going to keep adding videos as we get more hardware to test with the new system. And we ask that you will come back to our YouTube page, subscribe, and have fun flying.